Hi everyone, I just want to give you today's lesson and give you a couple brief updates about the one of the videos that you guys watched last class. So in unintended consequences, I just want to give you an update on two of the court cases that you saw. The first was Rod's Diner, that like 50 style diner that the neighboring car dealership wanted to remove to create a parking lot for their dealership. That actually had a happy ending. So they were actually able to successfully argue that the town couldn't take their property by eminent domain. The other one with Princess Wells, where she was talking about how her beachside neighborhood wanted to be taken away because the property is worth so much more than what she had originally paid for it and had paid in taxes. That too had a happy ending. And Princess Wells was able to stay in her community and keep her business. Unfortunately, you know probably at this point the results of Kelo versus New London. Suzette Kelo and her neighbors did lose their property. The Supreme Court agreed that public purpose is an acceptable form for public use, which this is very interesting. Since that court case has taken place, you see a lot more states backing off the use of eminent domain because it is kind of controversial. Because it is unclear what could be constituting, fulfilling those requirements of eminent domain. So even today with the Kelo case, that land was never actually developed. After a couple of years, Pfizer backed out and that land remains completely empty. In fact, there's a crazy wild feral cat population that now inhabits the land. But it's just not anywhere used to or any way fulfilled that public purpose. Nobody benefited from that. All they did was kick the people off their land. And that is to this very day. The town of New London is still trying to get some company to go into that area, or there have been discussions about making it communities again and actually building houses on that property. So what you're going to be doing today is looking at how eminent domain has changed over time through some documents I'm going to provide for you. So I'm just going to walk you through. This assignment is on assignments and teams. There are two files attached. The first is a PDF of the actual documents you'll be analyzing, and the second is a Word document that you'll be able to type and add your information to. That is a chart that you're going to fill out based on those documents. So let me get this up so that you can see it. So this right here is the PDF of the documents. They're clearly listed what document it is. They have the source of it as well as the actual document itself. Now, each document has a question or sometimes a few questions. You do not need to answer these. Okay, I'll repeat that again. You do not need to answer the questions under each document. However, they're good things to read before you actually read the document because they are getting to the point of what the document is about. Okay, so I do recommend reading them because that'll help you determine what the purpose of the document is. I just want to point out there are a couple documents that are pictures that are not super clear. Unfortunately, I don't have clear. For document G, this is New London in 2004. This shows Suzette Kelo's neighborhood as well as the Fort Trumbull streets. It's going to ask you some questions on the bottom. These are why these questions are so helpful. Not that you actually have to answer them, but they will help you get to the point of the actual images in this case. So you have to decide, do these images depict miserable and disreputable housing conditions? Do they depict distressed conditions? You're either going to agree that yes, they do, or no, they don't. Do these images depict businesses likely to bring significant new tax revenue to the city of New London, right? The purpose here is to look at it. One of the new arguments in Kelo versus New London is that blight is something that can be, be an excuse, right? That if an area is run down, it is within the government's ability to make that area nicer. The last image, it's a few documents down, the satellite view of Fort Trumbull in 2010. So this is already 10 years ago, but I have to say this hasn't changed at all. So the question there is, what signs of economic development can be seen in the satellite photo of property seized of economic development for economic development? Look at it. Does this look like it's developed? Okay, that's what it's trying to get at. So hopefully you'll have a look at that. And it does go a little bit further. There's a couple questions. So I've already told you you're not answering the question. So what are you going to do? Well, this is where that chart comes in. Okay, so this is the Kilo document analysis chart that's also on that assignments. For each of those documents, you are going to fill out this chart. Okay, the first one is, does this document support the idea of public purpose as fulfilling eminent domain? So would they agree that Kilo was the right decision made, that, public purpose can be used in eminent domain? So that'll be a yes or a no. Okay, and then the main arguments of the document. What does that document say in your own words briefly? What is the point of it? Okay, and it has each of the documents. I don't think it has that last long document, and that's okay. You can certainly read through it for your essay, but I'm not asking that you actually fill out this document analysis chart. And finally, there are two questions. Does public purpose fulfill the requirements of public use in eminent domain? In your opinion, because this is going to start to direct you to what side you're going to want to argue with your essay. And then finally, do you think that Kilo versus New London was proper usage of eminent domain? So chances are these two questions are going to align with one another, but there are other arguments in Kilo versus New London that may make you think that eminent domain is okay or not, compared to just having public purpose fulfill public use. So that really is your opinion. There are no wrong answers. Just try and explain why you think what you think. Okay, so that's basically all you're doing. This is due Monday. I will have office hours 9 through 11 on Friday. You can message me, you can email me, and I'll see, maybe we can do some video conferences. I have to kind of work that out. I'll let you know on Thursday or tomorrow at some point. If that's the case, I'll send you a link that you can jump on. That wouldn't be mandatory. It's only if you have questions. All right, so this will be due Monday. You're analyzing those documents and filling out this chart. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope all is well. All right, bye guys.